Hi, this is Ross from Versailles. In this video, we're going to look at a pretty common scenario that happens out there in the real world, and that's when a media gateway deregisters and then spontaneously recovers. So in that situation, the business and management are looking for a root cause analysis so that permanent corrective actions can be taken to prevent a recurrence, which is fair enough. So what we do with VSM here is that we keep a historic track of things like that. So in availability management under reports in the media gateway timeout area here, this is where we look at the health of the media gateways from a control perspective. So we're looking at the H248 side. So choose the communication manager. In this particular incident, it happened on the 18th of July. So I've chosen 15th to 21st, and that'll give us a good view of the incident both during but importantly before and after from a control perspective. It was the Wellington G350 there, so I will run that report now. And I'll jump across to another tab and run a different report for the same time period. So this time I'm going to run a network connectivity report. So what this does is this looks at it from an independent point of view. So we're running ping tests. So when you add a device in Communication Manager, like a media gateway, as soon as VSM discovers that through its auto discovery through the CMDB, it will start to run a continuous ping to that device from the VSM appliance. So we'll choose the same date range, the 15th to the 21st, and the same media gateway. So the Wellington G350, run that report. And that's going to give us a look at this problem from both an H248 perspective and the ping test, so from the network perspective. So we're actually sort of running this from both a UC application and a network connectivity point of view. So I'll switch back to the original tab, and you can see, in fact, we can see that the outage there because there's been H248 timeouts, signaling restarts, which is a typical escalation. And then if the problem's not resolved through that signaling channel restart, then in fact the media gateway will do a link bounce. So it will deregister, re-register either to the same media gateway controller, or it may find an alternate media gateway controller off its list. So we can see that that's happened. We can see that the link bounces in fact happened 3 times. So it's been a reasonably serious outage, quite clear there with our VSM media gateway timeout report. So I'll circle that time there. The incidents happen right there. Now we switch across to the other report. And it's finished building now, and you can see there right during that same time period, what we're looking for importantly is the packet loss, so this side here, which is indicated by green. So when you get a ping test packet loss, that means none of the pings, particularly if it's 100%, what we're seeing there, 100%, across to this green one, 100% of the ping attempts failed at that same time period. So this makes it completely and utterly clear is that not only did we see from a UC perspective, we saw the media gateway deregister, and we saw why, we saw the H248 signaling protocol drop. So way back further down the stack from that, we can see that in fact the ping tests that we're running at the same time, 100% failure on the ping test. So absolutely and completely, no question about it. In this case, this is a network outage has caused the problem. So now the network guys can go off and dig deep and find out what happened there through looking at logs and so forth. So what we've done importantly though is resolve that impasse between the UC team and the data networking guys, and this is absolute, this information. So hopefully you can relate to this and find this sort of thing useful in your own environment. Any ideas, suggestions, feedback, please keep them coming through to support@versailles.com. This application, of course, is built largely on feedback from you guys, the consumers of the service. This is Ross from Versailles, signing out. Cheers.